Hello, Facebook followers and friends. Welcome to a live about kindergarten enrollment in Chandler Unified. I am joined by three amazing Chandler Unified educators. Uh, Kindergarten is a very exciting time in the life of our littles, right? Like it is the point where they're starting their educational journey. And we have gotten a lot of questions along the way, questions over the years that we tend to get over and over, right? And so we want to help you and we want to set your little learner up for success, whether you're in Chandler Unified or you're still deciding on a district or a school. But kindergarten in Chandler is a safe, nurturing, loving environment that we want our littles to excel at. Project-based learning, hands-on learning, real-life experiences. There's so much in kindergarten in Chandler Unified. So I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to turn it over to our amazing educators. So ladies, if you would introduce yourself and say how long you've been a teacher and why you chose kindergarten. So we'll start here.
Hi, I'm Andrea Meyer. I have been, this is my 11th year in the district, 5th year in kindergarten. I had a friend that said, give us a chance, come on over. And I went, I don't know. And I came to kinder and I haven't left and I don't know if I want to leave. It's been fun.
What is so special about kinder?
Those little light bulb moments, like you can see it in their face, you can see it in their growth overall, from when they have their little baby faces to when the end of the year they look like little humans that are ready to go. And it's just so fun to see what they start with and what they end with, and that I helped them with that and provided them. So it's really fun. Love
Thank
it.
you, Andrea. Okay.
Hi, I'm Cindy Stewart. I teach at Auxerre Elementary School. This is my 26th year teaching kindergarten in Chandler Unified. Yes, I'm also a Chandler graduate, Chandler High School graduate too. So,
and we're at Chandler High right now, so
yeah, back where it all started. I chose kindergarten. I love those aha moments, and I just love the growth that you get in kindergarten. It's just not like any other.
That's so awesome.
My favorite place to be.
That's awesome.
Hi, I'm Bethany Halligan, and I teach at Conley Elementary, and I have been teaching for 8 years, only 2 in CUSD. And I agree with the light bulb moments. It's so cool to see their growth. At this age, they're still discovering the world, so every new thing they learn and see, it's just watching their eyes light up is pretty awesome. I'm also a very creative person, so I feel like in this age you get to, use your creativity through fun teaching activities.
So we have 11, we have 26, and we have 8. I mean, we have some teachers with so much experience in Chandler Unified, and that's the type of educator that you're going to get when you choose Chandler Unified, Chandler schools. So the next question that we kind of get along the way is, how is kindergarten different than preschool or pre-K? And this is open to all three of you, but we'll start with you, Bethany.
Okay. I think it's different because, preschool and pre-K, it's a lot of play-based learning with the academics intertwined. And then once you get into kindergarten, it's a lot more of the academics. It's a full day, more routines, set routines and expectations that they're going to do every single day. So.
Yeah, and how important is that routine?
Oh, very important. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'm lucky enough to be sandwiched between our pre-K and our preschool program. So I get to see it both firsthand on what's going on. And, you see our 3-year-olds that are still learning how to get along with each other and play, and they're still using those toys like they were when we were back in preschool. And then you get to pre-K and you're seeing that writing come in a little bit more and that push to get them ready. And once they get to kindergarten, it is full on, let's get rolling. We bring in a lot of the play for them still, as that's so important for them. But it is a lot of academics. I mean, there's no nap time like it was beforehand. All the time. Is there nap time? Nope, there's not. So, it's fun to see how much it's changed, but it's still so important to bring in what they've done in preschool, that hands-on, those crafts, those toy stations, those hands-on learning manipulatives, because they're still little. They still need that to be focused and excited about school.
Yeah. Is there anything else you would like to add, Cindy?
Well, in kindergarten, we're given the gift of time also.
Oh, okay.
We, from preschool to pre-K, you're only there for a limited amount of time during the day, and we've been gifted with all-day kindergarten, and so that is where we get to really hone in on those skills of becoming a student and how to become a learner, and given that time to dive into that curriculum too, where we got the play based in the preschool and pre-K, and that still continues into kindergarten too, but then they start to learn those routines and procedures, and you have the time to really give them to do that.
Well, that is perfect. And I'm actually going to go to question 4, but bounce up to question 3. So how does the typical kinder day work? You already mentioned, is there nap time? There's no nap time, right?
No nap time.
Bathroom breaks and snack time. In general terms, what is the typical day like?
Yeah, so in our classroom, we start off with our morning routine, which includes, unpacking. These are back to the routines, all the routines that they get used to really quickly. We start off with our morning routine, unpacking our things, writing in our journals. Most importantly, morning meeting where they get a chance to share and speak with their peers and, talk about things that excite them or something they did over the weekend and just really work on those speaking and listening skills. And then we move into our ELA block where we do a lot of fun hands-on activities, for reading, language arts, and writing. And then the afternoon is our math and science block, which again, we do a lot of engaging and fun centers and both, whole group and independent work and also a lot of collaborative work. They do get 2 recesses in the lunch break.
Is that the only one where they get 2 recesses?
I think it goes through the upper levels. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. But they do get 2
recesses.
Yep. A lot of brain breaks to just keep them moving throughout the day.
Absolutely. So why is it important for families to start preparing their child now? And anyone can chime in on this one.
The biggest thing is to have your kiddo potty trained before they come in. I know that a lot of families don't know that quite yet. Have them build up that wait time, so that we can work with them in that time frame. Snack time, I know I provide it with our kiddos. They get hungry. They are hungry all the time. And the biggest question is, when's lunch? And it's like, hold on, let's have a snack. I know we do ours in the morning because we have a little bit of a later lunch, but I've done it at the end of the day too, to just provide them that nourishment that they need to keep going. It's a long day for them when they're first starting. And I think in preschool, they, like I said, it was broken up a lot with that play, that hands-on. And now we're diving into using, more math, the adding and pieces those, the read aloud, having to sit for longer periods of time. So bringing in, like Bethany said, those brain breaks are so important, that snack time, so they're not sitting there going, I'm so hungry right now.
So it's not like sitting in a desk in a row.
No, absolutely not. No.
Okay. Right. Cindy, is there anything you'd like to add?
Sure. It's so important to prepare ahead of time, just so that kiddos know what to expect.
Okay.
They thrive on expectations and knowing what's going to happen during the day. So, setting those bedtimes, practicing lunches, opening juice boxes, having them be a part of it, picking out their backpacks, all of those things to get them excited about coming to kindergarten. And so then they know when they get there, I'm going to be able to use these things, or I already know how to do that. And so that building that self-confidence and helping them to grow their independence is huge in kindergarten. And so the more you can do at home to help prepare them and just be excited for them. And this is a huge milestone. And they get to grow so much. So giving them that opportunity to be a part of this and their next steps is huge. For sure. So when they come to us, we start those routines and procedures, and it's not a big shock. They're like, oh, I talked about this with my mom and dad. I've talked about I've done this. I've seen this, those kinds of things. And so then that helps our day go a little bit smoother. And for sure. Another thing, the separation anxiety. Sometimes
that's a big one.
haven't gone out for that date night or that coffee with friends or those types of things, I encourage you to do that. Just even if it's for 30 minutes or an hour, just so that they're used to being with a trusted friend or family member, so that they're used to, it's okay that you're not there by their side all the time.
Such a good one. Yeah.
Those are all things that are helpful in preparing for kindergarten.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
don't want to throw a wrench for you guys, but we have been asked before, like, so it's full day, right? Could we maybe do a half day? Is there one of you that feels a little comfortable just kind of explaining the benefits of that full day?
It's to really get them ready
Yeah.
for first grade,
Yeah.
for being in school.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, kindergarten isn't naps like it used to be, coloring, learning just those colors and those basics. We're getting into having them read and adding and subtracting, counting to 100, those big pieces. And it is so important for them to come to a full day to get that exposure, so that they could be successful as they continue on in their education.
And I think too, like, you would be surprised how quickly they adapt to that full day.
Oh,
You know, the
absolutely.
first beginning of the school year, it's tough, but they adapt so quickly and they become used to it. You know, I always have parents tell me in the first couple weeks of school that their kiddos fall asleep on the way home.
Yeah.
And I have a child, I have a child in kindergarten in CUSD as well.
Yeah.
And mine did the same thing. So, and then, they just slowly get used to being there a full day and it ends up great. So.
Well, this is one of my favorite questions. So Chandler is the premier district of choice. We have done choice before anyone else did choice. We have a choice, an opportunity, an option for every student. We like to say that we can find a school for any child. So we have Conley here represented. We have Auxerre Elementary represented, and we have Sanborn. Conley has an interesting feature called selective electives. Can you teach us a little bit about that?
So selective electives is something that we offer our 5th and 6th grade students at Conley Elementary. And the goal of this is to get them exposed to a different area of learning and hopefully pique an interest that they can take with them to junior high. So some of the different things we offer for those selective electives include sign language, robotics, culinary, early childhood, and gardening.
Yeah.
And I actually had the early childhood selective electives coming into my classroom last year.
Like 5th, 6th graders coming into kindergarten. So that's another thing. It is such a family on our campuses where the older kids, the 5th, 6th graders, really do help out with the kindergartners and mentor and have a buddy system. Is that accurate?
Yeah. And they,
awesome.
I had a bunch of them tell me when they were done that they wanted to be teachers. So it was really cool to see.
That's really cool. So Auxerre is our half classical, but then traditional academy. So Cindy, can you explain to us the Chandler Traditional Academy?
Yes. So you get your choice of schools, and then when you come to Auxerre, you get your choice of programs. So there's the classic program and the CTA, and CTA stands for Chandler Traditional Academy. CTA provides Spalding instruction for reading, and then we also provide accelerated math. So they work a year ahead in math. Okay. And so families are given the opportunity to choose which program is better suited to their child.
And so we talked a lot about routine and math and reading, but there is a lot that goes into helping our littles manage their emotions, right?
Yes.
And helping our littles manage just friendships in general, right? So tell me about what's going on at Sanborn. A lot of great, exciting things are happening over there.
Yeah, so our school was built in 1994. So we are one of the older ones, and we just got lucky to be picked for this reimagining process. We came together as a staff and talked about the big picture, what we wanted to see Sanborn become, where we want it to go, and we are trying to bring a lot of the learning that's happening inside, outside.
Like outdoor learning spaces?
Outdoor learning spaces, getting the whole campus to feel welcoming so that anybody who walks by can see the learning happening. We're fortunate now that we have picnic tables outside, and when the weather is beautiful like it has been, we take our small groups and are able to do small group activities out there. So they're going to bring some more of that over from what I've heard.
And a little bit of performing
arts. Yeah, I've heard a bit of that. rumor has it, I don't know, sorry, Adam, if you hear this, that there might be a pickleball court being added on, some, strength training type of things.
Yeah,
So,
and athletics. Arts and athletics,
bring
right?
all of those together,
Yeah.
those pieces that the kids love,
Yeah.
those things that we saw slowly going away to bring back to make them excited and make, we're a Title I school, but that's just, again, a title. We want all of our families to be able to feel comfortable no matter where they are, what they're doing, and see what Chandler brings.
Absolutely.
And so it is exciting to see, and we're going to see it soon. And there's things that I'm not aware of yet that have been through the process, but we can't wait. I know it's happening within a short time.
Yeah, and being the premier district of choice, like all of our schools have a special identity and have a special feel to them. So whether you're choosing your neighborhood school that you're boundary for, or because Arizona is an open enrollment state and you can open enroll at any of our schools, if you find a program that's best fit for your child, you can do that. We even have dual language immersion at some of our schools.
Yes.
Mandarin dual language, Spanish dual language. It even starts as with the littles, the preschoolers and the pre-K. That's more exploration, just kind of dabbling in it. But I guess, ladies, how would you recommend parents pick a school? Like, what are some things that they should look for? Kind of walk us through that process, whatever you feel comfortable with.
I would start with Chandler does a really good job about setting each school up for a Kinderhouse open night.
Okay.
And going to those open houses that we have. We did ours in the spring. We had 2 of them this year, which was awesome. They are more than welcome to schedule a tour with our principal or our deans to come tour the school, get a feel for it, talk to the staff while you're around. You kind of know when you go on to a campus what feels right, what you want to ask. You kind of have those things. Or sometimes you have no idea what to do, especially if you're a brand new parent with a kinder coming in, it's your first kiddo. Just asking those questions, going through the kinder rooms, seeing what they each look like. We all have our own personalities that we bring out through our room, but still bring, the curriculum that we work with through it too. So that's always fun to see and go through.
I agree, really attending those open houses and getting those tours in. We chose our neighborhood school just so that the kids could, grow with their neighbors and be able to, walk to school in the future when they're old enough and things like that too. So another thing to keep in mind.
Yeah, and we know that is such a personal choice for families, but we want our viewers, our stakeholders, everyone to know just you can call us, you can email us, you can come visit, you can tour, follow on social media. You really have multiple opportunities to experience it for yourself. Think of it like try before you buy, I guess. But we definitely want everyone to know that there is an option for their little learner, and we are here to help any way we can to make sure that you find the best fit for them. As we're wrapping up here, maybe there are a few things that we missed, so the time is yours. Cindy, is there anything you want to add to this?
It's such an exciting time. So really just be excited for your child, spend time with them, read books, go to the library. There's so many things you can do. Get to know the families in your neighborhood. Those are another great resource. You can put together carpools and play dates and those kinds of things. And all of that's going to be extremely helpful in your child's growth all around as a whole learner. So, take advantage of those times that you still have before school starts.
Oh, yeah. And I actually, having Sanborn here, and I don't know if the other schools representative have this, but there's also parent liaisons on campus. Is that right?
Yes.
That can help connect families who need extra support to certain things. Is that correct?
Yes.
Can one of you share a little bit about a family liaison?
If you want to share yours, go ahead, Bethany.
I'm not super familiar with their duties, but we do have someone that is there and available, bilingual as well, who can talk to parents and answer any questions.
That's awesome.
So
it's really neat to have that. It's our first year with a parent liaison.
Okay.
So to build that culture with our families, we really do want that parent involvement, that family involvement. It happens both at home and school, and the more we can work together, the better. for everybody. I know our liaison has held some classes for our bilingual families to kind of work with them too, to make them feel comfortable, to make them feel seen and supported, so they are not nervous to come in and, you know, try to help us and work with what they can. And it's a really neat experience to see how we're building that community bond and bringing more of that back into the schools. You know, it was hard when COVID was here, having everybody away, but we want you guys to come back.
Yes,
we want families
absolutely.
in the classrooms involved, volunteering. You know, you get to see what your kids are doing, but others and the teacher. And I think you get more of a experience when you're on campus and understanding of what's going on. And it's just really neat to know, you know, this is what my kids are doing. Oh my goodness, this is so exciting.
I know that some of our schools have community events too, like Bologna Bologna just had a STEAM night, but we have another school that's doing a community night. Yes, that's for the existing families, but people who are maybe interested in enrolling or want to see the campus, with a little, come experience that and see what it's all about. You guys have community nights too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We just had a celebration of learning night.
How
in
exciting!
March. Yeah. And yes, we got to bring members of the community in, and then families were able to come in and just it was more of a science night. So to experience science experiments and all of those fun things too. But to kind of piggyback off the liaisons, PTO, we have PTO. We have all kinds of things. If you're worried about not being able to always be at school, there's always the community ed programs that we encourage you to enroll your children in or become involved in too.
That's before and after care, right?
Before and after care. They've got
after school
breaks and all kinds of fun things to do. But PTOs, volunteers in the classroom or just on campus, there's all different ways to be involved in the school. And so we really encourage that because, like we said, having people away for a while, we want you to come back in.
Come back.
And I would be remiss if we didn't mention Leader in Me at Auxerre.
Yes.
So that is so exciting. Can you tell us what Leader in Me is at Auxerre?
Yes. So we are a leadership school. And we are actually a lighthouse school, the only lighthouse school in Chandler Unified. And Leader in Me.
One of the few elementaries.
Yes, one of the few elementary schools also. And so Leader in Me is a way for the students to become leaders within our community and our society and show their ways of, being able to communicate with people, share their talents and their strengths and, learn to be good listeners and learners and all of those things. Really
leadership is an opportunity. It's not about the position or the person, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. That is so great. Bethany, anything you want to add before we
I love the talk about the parent involvement. We have just been, parents can come in anytime. Right. We have them helping with reading groups, coming in for, various activities. We also are holding, yearbook signing party that the community would be welcome to come to. We did a trunk or treat event, so a lot of fun community involvement in Conley right now.
The direction of workforce development, even like starting with the littles, we had a vehicle career day at Patterson. So all sorts of vehicles were out there for the littles to touch and feel and experience. Some of our schools have pet therapy buddy groups. So that is super exciting. The website of our schools, the social media of our schools, that is really how you'll get that first window in, but definitely call Tour because we welcome you and your little and your family. School starts July 17th. Can you believe that?
It does.
So we are wrapping up this school year, but you can enroll now for if you want to finish it out here at the end or for next school year, but July 17th. And we have back to school nights. We have meet the teacher nights, right? Yeah. But ladies, I can't thank you enough. This was amazing. We have so much experience here at this table, and that's what you get when you enroll in kindergarten in Chandler Unified School District. So if there's anything else that you guys want to add, I think we'll sign off.
All right. No, thank you.
Thank you.
Guys.
Bye.
Thanks.